Big cat, how you came to be is no longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. No rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The use spell workers' projection to send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big cat, the most high, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big cat, moving silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.
Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Energies. Up, Big Cat. May your comings and goings be covered by the grace of Father God, Mother Isis. If in doubt, go within and call your ancestors. Bestie, oi! They don't want me to talk about this, but you know I'm a tenacious cat. Let that bad juju stay out there. Somewhere. Not round here. Because we don't want it. Oh, let me take some lubrication to my larynx. Somebody don't want this energy's discussed at all. Yes, bestie, I had to rearrange the Don't Get Smoke headquarters. Get my dragon's blood and California white sage going. What do you mean? Trying to shut up the big cat. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. Yes, bestie. They're talking about you, slandering your name, darling dears. Why? Because they're big mad. Because you're still in the picture. Not only are you the picture, you're the camera and the flash. Fist bump. Why else would they be chopping it up about you, darling dears? Slandering your name is giving them bad karma in real time. Don't they realize that life is creeping up on them like a cheap lace thong? Yes, I said thong to thong thong thong. You have to remember, darling dears, all of this slander and gossipation, darling dears, it's just like constipation, gossipation, right? Nothing happens without a motive, yeah? Nothing. There's some envy. Envy because they can't stand that you have what you have. There's a bit of jealousy, right? They don't want you to have it, so there. I know, bestie, I know. The effrontery of it all. And they hate that you have it, darling dears. And they will do everything within their power, right? Their low-vibing, slanderous power, right? To take it from you or to get you to lose it, darling dears. They, them and the gossiping slanderers are getting the rules and regulations up front and personal, because I told you, keeping the anointed one's name in their mouth. Mouth. Yeah, their mouth. That's what we say in Jamaica. It's a mouth. It's got no TH. It's a mouth. Right? It's giving them instant karma in real time. They gossip about you, darling dears, to number one, feel superior above you, darling dears. They want to feel above you, right? Because you're doing something they can't do. They cannot, not in this life or any other lifetime after it. Why? It's your own set of tools and skills, your own gangster. Not even if they got the echopraxic on. That's the copycattedness of it all, darling dears. They can't replace you and your certain je ne sais quoi, 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 when it's quacking. No. Some of them do it because they're bored, darling dears. And they want to generate attention on themselves by creating what? Slanderous and salacious gossip about a big cat who's the CEO of Minding Their Own Business, the moving silence champion. I know, bestie, I know. Some of them are anxious, darling dears. They've got an anxious personality, anxious about everything, worried within, darling dears. And it's the only way of them getting some form of control in life, darling dears, is to gossip about someone else so you don't notice their own grass is what? AstroTurf on layaway. But the majority of them are doing the gossiping and slanderation, darling dears, because they want to be part of a group of feeble-minded bottom feeders, hell-bent for the spiritual short bus, past the sign, right, that's going on a field trip, past the sign that says you can't F off past this point. But oh no, will they stop slapping them gums? These mouth breathers, they won't stop. They can't stop. It's an addiction. But what they're expecting to break you, darling dears, is mimosa to the gods. Why? You are being covered by the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis. You have your 64 ancestors who chose to be in assistance to you in this age of Aquarius. A wonderful time to be alive, darling dears. As you continue to what? Show them who the coach is. They are nothing but what? Pawns on your chessboard of life. You are the professor of the puzzle. What's the matter with them? We've already discussed it. They're hood-looking alfalfas from the backwoods with yarn for hair. And some of them are straight up tree sloth with algae in their fur. Let's carry on, darling dears. Let's carry on. Let me take some more lubrication before them try and strangulation on my blood clot and cut out my quatty. Which is not going to happen, blood. I'm a HEYOKA High Priestess. I will fight you on every level. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, everything. And I won't even, move a hairline from my, lace front, darling. There's not a hair from the hairline of my lace front will be ruffled. Nothing. Did I tell you about one of my pet hates? If you are over the age of 5 years old and you're next to me and drinking a drink and I can hear it going quaps, quaps. Notice my fingers are nervous because I want to stab you in your throat with my fingertips of steel. Ooh, child. It's like grinding teeth and the cracking of the knuckles, blood. It's right up there with it. Right up there with it. Can't bear it. I can't. I can't. I cannot. Let's press on, darling dears. Let's get a rune stone. These gossiping, slanderous, feeble-minded bottom feeders. We have Isa, darling dears. Isa is represented by Hermit energy. Yes, it is, darling dears. Isa comes through representing the letters K, I, and C, and the air sign on the runes. It's also representative of the number 11, according to the rune stones, and the number 9, according to tarot, darling dears. But we're going to go on what? We're going to go by what her... Oh, gosh. Put my teeth back in. We're going to go by what the Hermit represents, darling dears. It's represented by Virgo energy. So therefore, we're going to be speaking about the 6th house. It's about your well-being, darling dears. They're wishing death on you. Listen, somebody's even done a graveyard Watusi. But listen, shh, one bit of information at a time. Lest we confuse you, darling dears. We can't have that. No, not when so much salacious gossip is being bandied around in your godly name, darling dears. So let's get the deck to remind us of the energies. So this is the 6th house. So it's the 6th house of your daily routines, darling dears. They don't like how you're going about things. The 6th house also covers your employment, the job you're doing, darling dears, how your working conditions. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You're a flighty cat. You're a learned cat. You're a cat with the bag, darling dears. I heard somebody's also into fitness. You're in the fitness arena. I heard yoga, Pilates. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the energy of Mercury out to remind us what else is going on here. Before we press on at a hot trot. Mercury's coming with the mind. What did I say? These feeble-minded bottom feeders, darling dears. It's on the edge of a 3. 3 is representative of what? Groups, darling dears. It's not just one feeble-minded. They've recruited. Imagine all of these bottom feeders have to sit down, take out time out of their day when they should be thinking about their astroturf that's on layaway, their own health. They're focused on you, darling dears. If it wasn't for you, and they could never be on your level. That's why you're in their mouth, darling dears. Listen, they can train all they want to try and be you or take over what you've got going on. But they'll never graduate from that university of life, darling dears. So the energy of Isa, darling dears. The Hermit is represented by the number 9 in tarot. Okay. Get back on it, Case. Get back on it, Case. Get back on point. I was talking about the energy of Mercury, darling dears. Okay. Mercury is representative of the number 5. Okay. The number 5 comes in with the letters ENW. So we have KIC, ENW, and Mercury is representative of the letters E, H, N, and X, darling dears. So you've got EHNX, ENW, and KIC for these people that are chopping it up about you, darling dears. Almost had me stuttering like what? Sylvester the cat. Let's get the energy of the 5 out. I'm just going to... Should I just put it into... No, I'm just going to let you know it's a 5 anyway. So, okay then. So we had the energy of the 6. That came up as well. So the energy of the 5 also brings us the fact that you maybe have some kind of platform, darling dears. You may be in the entertainment field or some kind of presentation. You could have an online business, darling dears, because the number 5 also could represent fame. Number 5 also is representative of your ancestral team, darling dears. Yes, it is, in the sense where your confidence is being protected at this moment in time. Somebody's recently taken a holiday. You put some pictures up or something of a hobby that you do, darling dears. Trust and believe they was IFing everything you had going on online. Yeah. The energy of the 5 is also the house of people that have like drama.com, darling dears. They like to argue and fight. It's the house of taking a risk. So you took a risk in a risk on your talents, darling dears, or a talent in particular. Some of the people that may be slandering you is someone that you once was in a romance with. You had the sex. Someone that you spent a lot of time, hobbies, relaxing, darling dears. You thought you was able to express yourself properly around them, but you really can't. Why? Because they never liked you anyway, darling dears. You was never in their inner circle, and that inner circle didn't like you, and they made sure they kept the backwards and forwards with the gossip, darling dears. The gossip and the slanderation. Okay. All right. Let's dive in. I was seeing if there's anything else coming up. So the energy of the Hermit, this speaks about you what? Ending a situation. You felt isolated from that situation for a time. You did, right? Listen, that's all there is. They are a vacant orifice, darling dears. A vacant orifice, right? Chopping it up. What's this? Third party is pregnant. Good golly and gosh. Who's this third party? Who is a vacant orifice? Good golly and gosh. The cards don't lie, darling dears. You're going to hear something significant about a pregnancy or the gossipation within the next week. Okay. These merchants of slanders always have flying monkeys that come up to you, and before you can say, good Lord, what's going on? They've belched out everything. It's like verbal vomit. Look, energy of the 9 came out, which we're already discussing. The 9 also speaks about fruition. You've ended circumstances and situations, and you're moving in silence, right? They are shook and shocked that you don't care. You couldn't give a good fuzzy one, darling dears. You couldn't give a good golly or a gosh, right? I'm so sorry. Give me another chance so they can sock it to you from inside the perimeter. Some of you say, don't touch me, right? I'll shoot you. Some of them just want to come back to see if you'll give up the cookie, darling dears. Give up your good seat of emperors and empresses for them. Someone who possibly got a third party pregnant on you, darling dears. Well, not on you, because it's not your financial business, is it? Right? Somebody also wants to know why you've blocked them. They don't know why. But then again, I would say they're simpletons. They're feeble-minded, darling dears. They don't know why. No, they really don't. Right? Mirroring, darling dears. This person or people only mirrored your behavior when they was around you. It's your fault why I slept with these people. Oh, and they're blame shifting at me. Yeah, always out there like wee willy winky, looking for a vacant orifice from a low-hanging fruit, a Jezebel spirit. Okay. Let's get some more intel. I haven't used this card in a while. They're shocked that you don't care about them. Look, they're proper crying into their fist, darling dears. What is it? Luke 22:62. Cry into your fist you must, darling dears. Cry into your fist. Away from us. Let that bad juju stay outside the perimeter. What's this? They're karmic. Can you see it? You could even see it for yourself, darling dears. Not when they was in your face. Sometimes you've got to get away from certain people to really see what they're coming with. Look, low vibing bottom feeders. What did I say? They want to know why you've blocked them. They should know this to their core. They have atikiphobia. They always feared they wasn't good enough. They must believe this in every way. Hey. One more intuitive deck before we press on. Cards are being a bit rambunctious at this moment in time. They're acting like they're going to come out. Let's give it a good shufti and wake up the deck. This is my FP555 Oracle Intel deck. I've mixed them together because no one's going to check me, boo. Final messages before we press on about this slanderous gossips. Yeah, plans within plans, darling dears. Somebody has a plan for you. But you better put your third eye on that bitch or Mitch. What's behind it? You're also going to have to do some kind of clearance within your home. Could be with the use of incense, crystals. I like to put a black obsidian or black tourmaline next to any mirror that's in my boudoir, darling dears, because mirrors are portals. Get those crystals into your chariot of righteousness, your car, your bike, whatever forms of ground transportation you're going in. Keep it on your person. Lots of strong negative energy is being sent towards you. Yes, they may not have done the Watusi, or they may have done the Watusi through the graveyard, damn dummy bat. Yeah. But the thing is, words, just saying it and repeat it, rinse and repeat, is a lot of negative energy that's been sent your way, darling dears. Try to shut me up, and it's coming from a back, front, neck tabber, darling dears. Someone who goes to the white meat. This is energy of a 20 tower moment, darling dears. Oh, sorry, I said tower, but I meant to say judgment. A tower came out for the sudden change in a situation, ending of a situation. Yep. But the judgment means that this person or people would like a second chance with you, darling dears. One more round, Julie, with your hairline. Good golly and gosh, the Pluto energy of it all. Well, you've changed. It also speaks about you've gone through some life-changing moments, darling dears. You will never be the same person again. Why? Because you're a big cat. It's the rebirth and rise of you. It was an unavoidable change. Right? Somebody or somebody's definitely want to return to enjoy this new stage in life that you have, darling dears. Someone who was out there looking for vacant orifices, possibly what? Got someone else pregnant, a whole naked baby on the way, darling dears. They're shocked that you don't care. They're low vibing, karmic, right? They're crying into their fist because the energy is finished. You're done with them, blood. You're finished with them, right? All they did was mirror you back to you. This is why they was able to stay in your hemisphere so long. This person or people will be coming in over the next 7 days, darling dears. They can't understand why you've blocked them. Not only are they wicked, they're feeble-minded as well, darling dears. And they've got cognitive dissonance. Self-imposed cognitive dissonance. Well, guess what? Proverbs 22:8. When you sow injustice, you must reap calamity. You must. You don't get a free ride all of the time. Are you kidding me, blood? There's always the back end without the Vaseline. Let's get the Oracle Ancestral Message. We're going to go with... Let's go with a deck I haven't used in a while. Because I've moved all my cards around. Now I can't find them. You know when you move everything around and it's not where it was, but it is? But it's not? Yeah. Okay then, don't ask me to explain. Yeah, please, don't do it. What's the Oracle Ancestral Message about this? These gossiping, slandering merchants of slander. Jeremiah 9:40. They're acting like they're coming through with the truth, darling dears. But it's true. Jealousy. We've got it on the death card. This is Scorpio energy, the 8th house. It's because you are no longer joined to them, darling dears. This is also the cutting of the soul ties. They felt that energy go. We've got the orange, the energy of the sacral chakra, darling dears. This is about your... They're seeing you gain a new level of confidence. You're utilizing your talents, your skills, your creativities. We already spoke about the 5th house. I'm even though we spoke about the 5th house, darling dears, I still feel as though I need to call the energy around the 9th. Okay, all right, for the 5th house, your birthday could be life path number 5. Your birthday or a significant date in your life could be the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd. Right, the energy of the 5 is what? The energy of a life lesson, a lesson to learn. It also speaks about the constructive freedom you've created for yourself and that you're going to be traveling in the not too distant future. It was extremely stressful, but in their eyes it's a quick change. But this was it took a while for you to get where you are right now, right? Get up from under the conflict, the confusion, right, to bring about this new change in your life. So it's not really dramatic. It was a gradual change, but you are where you're meant to be at this moment in time. The energy of the 9, darling dears, is Mars energy. Your life path could be a 9, and 9, 18, 27 could be a birthday or significant date in your life. You have the letters I and R. The number 9 is ruled by Mars, which is Aries energy. Okay, all right. So you have the letters I, R, E, H, N, X, E, N, W, and K, I, and C. All right. But this also speaks about clarity, also as well as what? Divine intervention, darling dears. You had to what? End certain situations, otherwise you would have ended up ending yourself, unaliving yourself. This also speaks about what? The jealousy, because their mouth is shut and their eyes are open, paying close attention to what you've got going on. As I said, it's the 8th house. It could be someone that you was in a marriage or long-term situation, someone that was a long-term friend. They're looking at your assets, darling dears. They want to know what's in your wallet. What kind of how's your money rolling, darling dears? Where are you getting your money, your income from? They want to know what your financial sheet looks like, darling dears. They want to know too much. They want to know whom you're sleeping with. They want to know if you're really as spiritual or religious as you're saying, darling dears. They want to know everything. And they're not the FBI. No, they're not, darling dears. They're just some nosy bottom feeder who's looking for a vacant orifice. All right. Let's press on. Let's get a deck. So what exactly are they saying? Because they're chatting you, darling dears. We're going to get 2 decks. One for you and one for them. Base of the deck. They don't like the fact that you're single and independent, darling dears. And it looks like you are walking solo dolo like the boys or girls on the pole. This is someone who's independent. The 9 of Pentacles will soon jump up to the Queen and then the Empress or Emperor, darling dears. This is leaning on your own understanding. The 9 of Pentacles also says that they know that you are avoiding them. Why? Because they're drama.com. They're the type of people that give you instant angina, instant was it high or low blood pressure, darling dears? No. And the gossiping. They always saw you as being different. They saw you as being capable, darling dears. So yes, they hated you for it. They, them, and That's who. They, them, and All right. Let's see what's on the base of your deck. you're an earth angel, darling dears. And like I said, when they keep you in their mouth, it's what? Bad karma in real time. This is about you learning to balance out your finances, managing your time. This is about you having gotten closer to God. This is also your ancestral protection, darling dears, because you have a foot in both waters. This is you focusing on your long-term vision. Some of you are planning some kind of a trip while you're being protected by your guardian angels. Somebody's having an issue with their hips or thighs. So you also have a secret. Listen, they're not haters, they're fans, darling dears, because all that energy that's being sent at you is being transmuted. They need to keep it up, darling dears, because the more hate they send, the better you get, the higher you ascend, darling dears, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Why? Because you're not chucking it back. You're not playing that spiritual ping pong. It's such a waste of your hairline. Good golly and gosh, who wants to do that? No one. All right. So we want to know, what things are they saying about the big cat? Let's give it a good shufti. Because they can't stop talking about you, darling dears. But you see, the thing is, right? They're talking, but they'll never tell the truth of the situation, what they did to you, why you're no longer around them. They're bringing out all these different webs, darling dears. The webs they weave when they're practicing to deceive, right? But who are they deceiving? Not you. They are deceiving themselves. What are they talking about? What else are they talking about? King of Wands, darling dears, in the reverse. This is a partner, someone who you once thought charming, darling dears. But this person is a narcissist. They're physically abusive, and if giving you an STD is classed as SAing someone, darling dears. Trust and believe it is. They gave you a STD. They was physically abusive. They're effing King of Wands on his face. If they tell you the sky is blue, you better go and check, darling dears. This person's lying about that. I know, darling dears. They're trying cognitive dissonance. This person is a liar, right? They are what? Doing the old switcheroo, darling dears. Everything that they did to you, they're saying that you did it to them. They've turned themselves into a victim, darling dears. They're saying that they were unable to get out of the situation because you were so manipulative. We know this is a lie. Five of Wands. As I said, they're a professional victim, darling dears. Professional victim. Acting like they wouldn't say boo to a goose. The King of Wands could also represent someone who had some kind of a status in your life. Whether it's a lover, a friend, a family member. Yeah. Oh my God. Someone who is feeling like a fool, darling dears. They gambled and lost the big cat. Tell me something more about King of Wands energy. Listen, third party situations, Three of Cups. This is someone who is emotionally unstable. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Two of Swords is Libra energy. Leo energy, and the Fool is Uranus, air and Uranus energy. Sudden change, darling dears. Yeah, lean in, bestie, lean in. The Three of Cups. This King of Wands energy, this person that had authority in your life that's turned themselves into the professional victim. The Three of Cups on its face is what? The gossip is coming directly from them, darling dears. Direct. Why are they doing it? Because they would like to come back into your hemisphere, but they're not allowed. Why? They're person non grata, darling dears. You don't want them around. Why? Because they're a curse. Law number 10 of the 48 laws of power. Avoid the unlucky and the unhappy. Good God. Your reputation is everything at this stage of the game. Guard it with your everything. Law number 5, right? Yeah. You was in some kind of commitment with this person. Long-term commitment, partnership, friendship. Yeah, but this person was a liar. Had you as a victim of hate from the gate. They lied from the outset, darling dears. Yeah. High Priestess can also represent mistress energy, and it also speaks about secrets. You didn't know everything about this person when they came into your life. This person or people, they hid their true nature, but the mask can only stand so long, darling dears. Yeah, this person deliberately worked on your mental health, darling dears. Told you lies. Yeah, told you all of the red herrings. Told you that you was beautiful. Yeah, you possibly are beautiful, darling dears. But they was saying it to get things out of the situation. Once they got what they wanted, their speech, their verbiage went to hell, straight to hell, darling dears. It did. This also speaks about what you living rent-free in their minds at this moment in time. This person is pretending that they're peaceful, darling dears, but that's a lie. We don't need Maury for that. That's a lie. They're not peaceful. Look, King of Cups in the reverse. They're extremely emotionally manipulative. When we see two kings on their forehead, right? In the reverse, that's on their forehead, darling dears. Again, this is gossiping. Sending out things, telling people that you was a fool or you made them feel like a fool, right? When you didn't choose them. Imagine that. What did I say? The gossip is still at your back. Yeah, because they want you to feel like, darling dears. They want to affect your health, your money, yeah, your stability, your security. If you've got progeny for this person or you've got progeny, they don't care about your kids. They wish bad luck on them as well. Okay. So let's break these gossipers down. First, we're going to talk about the one that wants to feel superior to the big cat. The one that wants to feel superior to the big cat with their slanderous words. Look at this. Did I just see a card turn over? Look at this, Queen of Swords. This is somebody who's bitter and jealous, darling dears. This is somebody that whose real name is Hyacinth Bucket. Hyacinth or Horace Bucket. She likes people to think of her, she or he, because you know gender is fluid in tarot. They like people to think of them as being up there. Do you understand? As having some form of status. This person is bitter, twisted, jealous of your everything. Good God. God is good. Yeah. Extremely cold, darling dears. And did I say they're a lying liar? They know that they're perpetrating wickedness with these cold, unkind, untrue words about you, darling dears. Right? But they need to feel better. Like I said, they're Hyacinth for Horatio Bucket, not Bouquet, darling dears. But like I said, didn't I just tell you? They're getting what? Rules and regulations in real time. Their mouth is about to be shut, feeling superior. Listen. And the majority of it is because you don't work with them. You don't parlez-vous with them, darling dears. It affects them, darling dears. It affects them because they was bleeding your energy. Three of Pentacles in the unenlightened, darling dears. And there's things that they're doing in the dark. Listen. Page of Swords on its face, darling dears. In the dark. On the Ace of Wands. In the reverse. The one who feels superior to you, darling dears, is trying to cast some kind of spell work on you in real time. Not realizing that their efforts is going back on them. Yeah. King of Cups. Why? Because you've got no emotion to offer the situation. You're not emotionally invested. You don't have any soul tied to the situation, darling dears. This is why it's what? Boomeranging back on them. And it also, they don't have anything of yours. They haven't got any items. King of Swords in the reverse. Nope. They haven't got any of your personal items, darling dears. What is this? The one who feels superior to you is going to try and offer a white, I nearly said a red flag. They're not going to offer the red flag. They're going to offer the white flag. They're going to try and invite you out, darling dears. Or you're going to get an invite to go to some kind of party or get together. Don't go, darling dears. Choose you in a situation. Remember, this is a spellcaster. All right. What about the the one who's bored? That's why they're chopping it up about the big cat. The one who's bored. The one that's bored. Destabilized foundation, darling dears. They're not happy with their work. Their health is not looking good. Yeah, it's because they want a release from their own burden, from their own issues. Four of Pentacles on its face is also someone in physical debt, darling dears. Oh, gosh. Whoever they're dealing with, the one that's bored, Wherever they are, nobody pays attention to anything that they've got going on. If it wasn't for you talking about you and bringing what? Salacious gossip in your name, this person that's bored, nobody would notice them. Not even if they had a sign around their neck saying, I'm here. They're choosing to do this, darling dears, because they want to bring some excitement into their life. Their life is boring, darling dears. If they've got a partner, it's not they're sharing. They're doing sharesies. Look, 6 of Cups. Yep. They're sharing their partner. They get emotional fulfillment. It turns them on when they talk about you, darling dears. Yep. Look, Knight of Swords telling the lies, the gossip, the subterfuge. Listen, any morsel, they're remixing that shiznai, darling dears. They're remixing it. Good golly and gosh. All right. Let's press on. What about the one that's anxious? The one that has no control in their own life, so they try to control the gossipation about you. The anxious one that has no control over their real life. They can't be that nervous if they're gossip. Listen, they are the ones that are putting it out there the most, darling dears. Right up next to the one that wants to feel superior around you, darling dears. 10 of Swords on its face. But what they're saying about you, darling dears, it's like water off a duck's back. You're not paying no attention to their words or their actions, right? Because this 10 of Swords in the reverse is you recovering from the salacious and slanderous things that they're saying about you, this anxious person, right? 9 of Cups, clarified by the Moon, darling dears. Listen, talking about you and talking shiznai about you, darling dears, is the light in their day. It's the best thing that they can do. This is what they call a day's work, darling dears. They ain't got no plates to wash. No, well, they might have plates to wash, progeny to look after, dinner to cook, work to go to, but talking about you brings them peace. You are their peace. The salacious gossip, darling dears, that they bring in your name is their peace, this anxious person. All right. Well, the one that wants to feel part of the feeble-minded bottom feeders as they gather outside the mud huts. And people keep saying, well, Case, why do you keep saying it's a mud hut? They don't live in a... Yes, they do. It is. Look at P. Diddy's house. Isn't that a mud hut? You don't care how much millions it's worth, right? It's still a mud hut. Look what's going on behind the doors. It's a mud hut. What about those that want to feel part of a group? Are they getting what they want? No, blood, they'll never fit in. Doesn't matter what lie they tell, what gossip they come with, right? They think they're weird. What's this? Listen, nobody pays attention to them in the group, darling dears, even though they're bringing you up to feel part of this group. Nobody's really checking for them, boo. Yeah, they have to fall back with that shiznai, but yet they won't stop. Look at this, Ace of Pentacles, still offering more tidbits to the group, darling dears. Good golly and gosh, lean in, bestie, lean in. They are going to what? Put a spin on the gossip, darling dears. Take it in a different direction about you. Whatever they've been offering to the group has been morsels. They're about to step it up, guys. Good golly and gosh. Oh no. Look, Hermit in the reverse to the group. In the upright, this is someone who's solo dolo. This is someone enlightening a lot of people about you, darling dears. Yeah. And it's a true choice that they're making. Lover's card. They're making this conscious choice to continue the fucking blood. The gossiping, the talking, the slanderation. Right. On that note, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to continue with part 2. With how you're counteracting these 4 busybodies who can't stop flapping their gums. Right. These what? Merchants of the gingivitis. The bringers of cognitive dissonance and hopium. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to continue this in the extended read. But for those that are leaving for now, I drops me mic. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat.
How you came to be is no longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. Rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The you spell workers, projectionists send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big cat, the most high, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big cat moving silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.